All right, hi boys and girls, Mrs. Carney here with the last chapter of Chocolate Fever, Chapter 12, The Lesson Learned. Hey, sleepyhead, said Mrs. Green, shaking Henry's shoulder ever so gently. Are you going to sleep forever? Henry stretched and yawned, smiling up at his mother. It was good to be back in his own bed, good to be where he belonged. It was Sunday in the Green household. In fact, it was Sunday all over the world. And in the dining room, all of the Greens were having a late and lazy breakfast. If you can shake a leg just a little bit, Mrs. Green went on, I think I might manage to have some pancakes ready for you, dear, just the way you like them. Henry hopped out of bed. He felt so wonderful this morning, the way he was always used to feel. He brushed his teeth carefully and paused on his way to the breakfast table only to make a few ugly faces at himself in the mirror. With all those big brown spots gone, forever, he hoped, he didn't look half bad except for when he crossed his eyes. There was a big greeting for Henry when he sat down at the table. Elizabeth, who was wearing her special blue dressing gown, even kissed him, and Mark stopped eating long enough to stick his hand out and ruffle Henry's hair. There is a lot of good news for you today, Henry, Daddy Green said as Henry was drinking his orange juice. The company that makes all those candy bars sent me a letter. They want to give you some kind of reward for helping foil that hijacking. Really, Dad, said Elizabeth. That's super. Yes, indeed, Henry's father went on. It surely is. And Matt called just a few minutes ago. He wanted to know if we could go over to his house tomorrow and have dinner with his family. Could we, Dad? Said Henry. Gee, that's swell. Right, son, we certainly can. And Nurse Molly Farthing is stopping by this afternoon just to say hello. And there's even more good news. My goodness, said Mrs. Green on her way to the table with Henry's pancakes. Everything seems to happen at once to our Henry. Dr. Fargo wants to see you after school on Monday. Do I have to? Said Henry. Yes, you do, said Daddy Green. Okay, said Henry, although he didn't like it. He's a good doctor, dear, Henry's mother said, and if you like, I'll go with you. Now here's your pancake, she said as she passed the steaming stack before Henry, and for a special treat, just this once, I have your favorite chocolate syrup. Henry's face lit up. His hand shot out and took a hold of the syrup pitcher, but just as he was about to pour the sweet brown mixture over his pancakes, he changed his mind. You know what, Mom, he said, just this once, I think I'll skip it. The plain old maple syrup will do. The family stared at Henry as well as they might. It was the first time they had ever seen Henry turn away anything that had to do with chocolate. His father's smile was as wide as a river. Enid, he said, I think our little one is growing up fast. Henry was into his pancakes now, and they were quickly disappearing. The syrup was good and mapley, and the pancakes had a delicious wheat flavor, washed down with cold milk. It was extra good. But still, something was missing. Some taste, some kind of spark that would make it even better. And there was a small can of cinnamon on the table, which Elizabeth sometimes used on her toast. Henry wondered how cinnamon would taste on what was left of his stack of pancakes. He reached over for a canister and sprinkled just a little cinnamon on his plate. It tasted pretty good. Henry thought. That's pretty good. In fact, it's very good. I wonder how cinnamon would be on cereal. Like oatmeal, maybe, or cream of wheat. And maybe cinnamon would be good on other things. Ice cream, or French fries, or maybe even cinnamon milk. And then Henry had still another thought. Can you have too much cinnamon? Could a person overdo it? Was there such a thing as cinnamon fever? What do you think? And that's the end. And there they all are eating their breakfast. I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did. I know over the years I've always enjoyed reading this to my class. All right, I will pick a new read aloud for us to start soon, okay? Bye.